goes racing, there's so many setbacks and unexpected things that happens to you. And it's just like we had dealt through the years. He had sponsored my ARCA car for 20 years or more, you know, from time to time. We had not even a harsh word or a disagreement of any kind. And he brings this younger woman in on the deal, puts her in charge, and that was the end of it. There's no words that I can describe. You know, he wants you feel like you need to be violent, but that's not going to get you anywhere.
That's right.
You go through the court system. Yeah, I'll get part of my stuff back. I'll never get all of my stuff back, even if I go through the court. And then you're paying lawyers and causing hard feelings among everybody. So if it makes them feel better, all I can say is I'm going to Daytona in ARCA, a first-class race car, with a chance to run up front, and I'm going to be testing at Daytona in a COT car without him. So just let him read and weep the way I look at it.
That's right. And we're looking forward to next week. It's going to be awesome. And at ARCA race, I think it's at a month.
Yeah, ARCA is, I believe it's either the 5th or 7th of February.
Awesome. That's really good. We're looking forward to that. Do you still have your old ARCA car, the 2005 Ford Taurus?
Yeah, but I have that, we call it, her name is Martina. And, Martina, I still got her there in the garage, just like we finished Iowa a year ago. And she was good to me. She run all the races in ARCA, the whole series. We ran the whole series with one car.
Wow.
And 2 engines, kind of like we did in 1966 in Cup. We ran the whole racing series was one that Dodge we bought from Cotton Owens. That was a David Pearson car, year-old car, and it ran the whole series, one car and one engine. And we almost won the championship. But Martina, yeah, that was Pop Cola was our sponsor. We had that on there year before last in ARCA just for old time's sakes, and we're very, very fortunate there. We never was in a crash, run the whole series.
Wow. And what are you going to do with that car? Do you know? Any plans? You think about coming back to ARCA? Wouldn't that be great?
Well, it's we'll probably run it some this year.
Really awesome. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we got Dodge. We're going to be running Dodges. We're building 2 new Dodges now for ARCA, and Martina will probably show up at some of these short tracks.
Nice. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to it. You're one of my favorites all the time. Back in the day when I watched NASCAR, I always rooted for you and Dave Marcus. And recently I've been rooting for a person who actually used to work for you, Kirk Shelmerdine.
Yeah, Kurt started with me when he was 18 years old, and I went and picked him up when he graduated. I've been talking to his parents, and that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to go racing. He wanted to get with a team that it's hard for, especially back then, to just go to work for one of the established teams. But anyway, I picked him up the day he graduated and brought him down here. And he stayed about 5 years, and next thing I know, he's working with Childress, and the rest is history. He went on to win all those championships with Earnhardt, and he actually a few years ago won a ARCA race for me.
Wow!
At Charlotte, and Kurt's a good kid. He's thinks about what he does. He puts a lot of thought into it, and he's a daggone good race car driver too. He's won several of those. I know of 3 of the ARCA races that he won, and that race he won for me at Charlotte was pretty awesome. And now he's testing a car for Richard Childress at Daytona this run. So,
do you know if Kirk's going to run that car in Daytona 100 or not?
No, I don't know that. I just know that he was testing it down there.
Oh, that guy, Kurt Summerly, like back in like 2002 when Dave Marcus retired, I was like, oh, what am I going to do now watching NASCAR? You know, who am I root for? Then like Kurt Summerly came in, I'm like, yeah, you know, and got me back into NASCAR pretty much. So he's really one of his biggest fans, really. And
well, good.
Yeah. When's the last time you talked to Kurt Summerly?
Pardon?
When's the last time you talked to Kirk?
Oh, you know, several weeks ago. We stay in contact pretty much.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's I had one time I had about 6 crew chiefs on the Cup circuit that started at my shop.
Wow.
So whatever we do here, maybe we're not famous or maybe we're not all that educated as some of these engineers, but we've had an awful lot of people come through my shop, so we must be doing something right.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man. Wow, what an honor to speak with you. Thanks again for talking to me, and I'm going to put this on my website. It's kind of interesting. You're the first NASCAR driver to have on my website. I've had other people. I have, like, people, actors from Hollywood and singers and people that are on other radio stations, and first NASCAR driver, and that's all I wanted, really, is have you on and maybe have Kirk Summerly on and Dave Marcus, and that'd be it, you know.
Well, that I appreciate that. There's still a lot of race fans out there that wonders what happened to all these people, and there's a lot. Marcus is and Pearson and myself and several other older drivers now. They somebody's starting up a circuit. I don't know what they call it yet, but it's going to be for real. They're going to run them. Yeah,
I heard about that. I think it starts in May.
Yeah.
I see. You know what you should do is probably bring back the old Pop Cola colors, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
And now bringing back some of these old race fans that I think is good. And what you're doing, I applaud you for it because it's the feedback. I don't know if you need to quote me on this or not, but the feedback from the drivers, like I told you before, not bad-mouthing these young drivers. They're doing a heck of a job, you know. But it's hard for, you know, somebody in the middle age to root for an 18-year-old kid to think, you know, it's like rooting for your own son or something.
Yeah.
You know? And bringing back the old timers. And the way that we raced back in those days were different than the way they race now. So I think it's drawing a lot more interest. I think it helps NASCAR.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm only 20 years old, and you're 53 years old, and my favorite drivers still are to this day Dave Marcus, James Hylton, Kirk Summerly, and the late, great J.D. McDuffie. So.
Oh, yeah. There's a character in himself, you know. It just you could talk about him forever, and his characteristics always had a cigar in his mouth, and he was laid-back kind of guy, talked to anybody, never left a race fan wanting an autograph, never run and got in the back of his truck or something to hide from a race fan that was looking for an autograph.
Wow.
And that I think that's something to be said about him.
One of my favorites all time, and I read all these books. I read, like, I don't know how many NASCAR books, like, a lot. But I can nobody really mentions you, Dave Marcus, J.D. McDuffie. So there's got to be a book one of these days about, you think about ever coming out with a book? Because I think I'd buy it for sure. You ever think about coming out with a book, or? Well,
I have thought about it for time to time, and when I get done, I'll probably go that way. I don't know how it would go because there's so much stuff that happened between all those years that I would think people would probably think it was fiction and not the truth. But we may do that one day.
Yeah, because I don't know. I was just thinking for the future fans, they're not, how are they going to know about yourself, Dave Marcus, and J.D. McDuffie? You know, I don't know, because it's so hard for me to get information. Because all I'm really getting information is through the internet and through results websites. You know, it tells you results of races. So I just put two together. It says James Hylton drove a Dodge in whatever year. It says, oh, he wants a Dodge. Oh, he drove a Mercury here. You know, that's how I get my information. Because no books, no television can tell you about you guys. You know.
Right.
So that's it. I I just need more information about the back in the day NASCAR. That's more interested than current. You know, I think it's more interesting